cold standing around down here.
Hi, yogis. How are you? Hope you're here to have a wonderful, nice, slow flow yoga. So let's start with the soles of our feet together and take a nice deep breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's continue that breath. So that eventually your breath is 2 to 3 times longer than your normal breath. And once you get to that point, you can bring your lips together and start breathing in and out through your nose. Letting the air circulate in the back of your throat, creating your own Ujjayi Pranayama, your yoga breath. Letting your hands rest where they're most comfortable, maybe taking the shoulders and rolling them back onto your back. So our theme today is resistance. And I was talking to a friend today, and actually it was yesterday, and she mentioned resistance and how our learning process deals with that. And pretty much all of our lives, we deal with resistance. And her definition was quite enlightening. She said, resistance happens when one tries to comply with something that our body, mind, or soul is not ready to do or accept. And her definition went back to her early days in elementary school, and she had dyslexia. And it took her mind a while to get to the point where she could read, because she just simply was not ready to accept letters and the language as it was put down. And when she finally figured it out in 3rd grade, she became an avid reader and loves to read now. So I thought that applies to a lot of things in our life, and including yoga. So know that if you are resistant or feeling any pain, that you can back off and modify. Okay? And I'll try to accommodate you that way. Also, our spotlight today is to strengthen the leg and the hip muscles and to stretch the fascia throughout those and over those muscles, so that we will be able to prevent problems with our knees. So that's where we're going today. We're looking at the hips and legs and flexibility and strength of them. So let's start with breathing and bringing the arms up overhead, gazing up. Reach and stretch. And as you exhale, fold forward, reaching toward or past your toes. Keeping the spine nice and straight here. Good. And while you're here, let's come face to face with your bandhas. Uddiyana bandha, abdominal muscles, and mula bandha, pelvic and bladder muscles. As you inhale, bring the right arm up, gaze up. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, the left arm comes up, gaze up. Exhale, the left hand comes down. Inhale, both arms come up overhead, reach and stretch. And as you exhale, right hand comes down and out behind you. A nice twist. We usually start off with at least one twist. Easing past your right fingers. Exhale the right hand down to the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Gaze up and stretch. Inhale, the right hand meets the left. Exhale, left hand down and out behind you. Open up the chest toward the left. Gazing past the left fingers. As you exhale, that left hand comes down and the right hand comes up. Again, reach and stretch. Inhale, the left hand meets the right. Exhale, let's bring those legs nice and far. Bring the hands down, push the heels out. Inhale, the arms come up overhead, turn toward that right leg and fold forward. Breathe here. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the left arm comes up, gaze up. Exhale, left arm comes over the left ear, reaching for your right toe. Feel the stretch along the left side of your body, along with the inner thighs. Inhale, come back up to seated. Arms come up overhead. Facing toward the left leg and fold forward over the left leg, reaching for the left toes. So anytime we're reaching like this, you can always use a strap and place it around your foot. Yeah. And push the heel out. And that's a nice modification for the pose. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the right arm comes up, gaze up. Exhale, the right arm comes over the right ear, reaching for the left toes. And breathe. Not important that you get to the toes, but that you reach for them and that you get a full stretch here for you. And then inhale, come back up to center. Let's cross the legs and come into a kneeling position. Hands or wrists underneath the shoulders, fingers crazy wide, knees underneath the hip bones. And we'll start to do some cows. Head and hips come up. And cats, rounding the back, gazing behind you. Going back and forth between those two poses, syncing your movement with your breath. Beautiful. Yeah, starting to warm up the body. And establishing your own breathing rhythm and just generally feeling the rhythm of your body. And then let's curl the toes under, bring the legs or feet back, straighten them out, come into plank pose. So you can leave the knees up here, or you can bring them down. If your knees are up, the whole back of your body is straight like a plank. You can push those heels back and the top of the head forward. Engaging your bandhas here. Beautiful. Just take a moment here to breathe in this pose. And if it gets to be too much, you can always bring those knees down. Yep. And then as you exhale, let's bring the knees down. Point the toes, come down to the bottom of your push-up, and then inhale to Sphinx or Up Dog. So in Up Dog, your arms are relatively straight. Your gaze is forward. In Sphinx, your elbows would be underneath your shoulders and palms are down, fingers nice and wide, and you're still gazing forward. In both of them, you should feel the curve of that lower back. Yeah. So do whichever one is best for you. Breathe. Curl the toes under and coming into down dog. Pressing the hips up and back. Pushing the hands down and forward on this first down dog, alternately bending knees and elbows, walking the dog. Beautiful. Nice. Eventually bringing the heels down. Maybe you need to bring the feet a little wider. A lot of times people tend to have the feet close together, and we want them nice and wide, at least as wide as your mat. Maybe even come off the mat on the sides. Yeah. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, the right foot comes in between the hands and bring the left foot down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, the arms come up overhead for warrior one. Gaze up. Reach and stretch. Press the outer edge of that left foot into the mat. Nice. Now here, the right knee is right above your right heel. Nice job. Your belly button is facing forward. Good. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back and clasp them. Inhale, gaze up, bring the shoulder blades together, shining your chest up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, fold forward for humble warrior. Bring the hands up, the head down. So the amount that your head comes down will be up to you. You can check that out. If you feel a little dizzy, then keep the head up a little bit farther. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, come back up. Arms come up overhead. Gaze up. Beautiful. As you exhale, bring the hands down around that right foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot for a runner's lunge. Gazing forward. Nice. Inhale, the right arm comes up for a dragonfly. Gaze up. Exhale. Bring the arm forward and back. So we're going round in a circle. Good. Nice job. And then in the opposite direction. So nice and slow. Make sure that your shoulder is able to do it. If not, you can just bring it up overhead. And then bring the head down to the floor. Inhale, the left foot comes forward. Bring the toes together, the heels slightly apart. Bend your knees as you come up, and we're going to go right into chair pose. Gazing up toward the ceiling, toward our fingertips, reaching up. So fingertips are reaching past your eyes. Knees are bent. Hips come down. Good. As you exhale, bring that right hand out and back behind you, gazing past the right fingers. Inhale the left arm up, the right hand down. Gaze up. Exhale the left hand down and the right hand up. Knees are still bent. Still in chair pose. And then inhale, come back into chair pose. Straighten the legs. Whoosh the hands down and up behind you. Inhale back up overhead. Exhale to Samastitihi. Take a deep breath. Palms together at heart center. Feet flat on the floor. Strengthen and engage the glutes and the thighs. Feel the bandhas engaging here. Beautiful. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. And slowly, let's go through that Chaturanga Dandasana. So we start with our plank pose, engaging those bandhas. And then we go down to the bottom of the push-up. Point your toes. Inhale the Sphinx or Up Dog, whichever one you like better. Resetting that lower back. And then curl the toes under and come into Down Dog. Beautiful. Push the heels down. Hips go back and up. Nice. Push those palms down and forward. And keep breathing. The breath is very important. Keep it nice and long. And then as you inhale, bring that left leg up. So we're going to do the same thing on the left side. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, left foot comes in between the hand. Place the right foot down. Inhale to warrior one. Arms come up overhead. Left knee stays bent. Belly button facing forward. Shining your chest up toward the ceiling. Breathe. As you exhale, bring your palms behind you and clasp them. Inhale, gaze up. Shoulder blades together. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring the head down and the hands come up overhead. Gaze behind you. Inhale, come all the way up to warrior one. Beautiful. Take a breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands down around that left foot. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Push the right heel back. Inhale the left arm up. Gaze up for dragonfly. Nice. Exhale, that left hand comes down. And now inhale, let's bring that left arm up and rotate it around. Go around about 3 times. And then whichever direction you're going now, you're going to reverse it and go in the opposite direction. So yes, we're taking care of the shoulders today too. A lot of joints are important. Now, once you're done with that, bring that left hand down. Take the right foot to meet the left for a nice forward fold. Gaze behind you. Toes together. Heels slightly apart. Bend the knees. We're going to come into chair pose. Bring those hands out in front of the eyes. Hips come down a little bit farther. Engage those bandhas. Maybe you try and tuck your tailbone under. There you go. And that helps you to engage the bandhas. Exhale, that left hand comes down and out behind you. Opening up the chest toward the left, gazing past the left fingers. Inhale the right arm up, the left hand down, gaze up. Exhale the left hand down and the right hand up. Remember, knees are still bent. Gaze up. Exhale, that left hand comes down and inhale back into chair. Then let's straighten the legs. Bring the hands together at heart center for Samastiti. Take a deep breath. You have earned it. Inhale, the arms come up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Slowly, you can go through your Chaturanga Dandasana. If you want, you can always meet here in Down Dog. Now that we have gotten on our way and your body's nice and warm. So as you exhale, bring yourself down to the bottom of the push-up. Point your toes. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, curl your toes under. Coming into down dog. Push the hips back and up. So we're going to do that flow again on both sides. And we'll go a little more fluidly now that you have an idea of where we're going. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, right foot comes in between the hands. Plant the left foot down. Inhale to warrior one. Gaze up. Yeah. Exhale, bring your hands behind you and clasp them. Shoulder blades come together, shine the chest up. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring the head down, the hands come up overhead. Whoa, feel those triceps. Inhale, come back up. Arms come up overhead. Warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands around that right foot. Press that left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Gazing up for dragonfly. Notice the chest opens up on the right. Good. Exhale, that right hand comes down, and then we're going to do a nice little circle, bringing the arms up and around. Very nice. Good. And then in the opposite direction. Good. And then once you've done that, bring the right hand down. You're going to take that left foot, push it back. You're on the ball of the left foot. Gaze forward for a runner's lunge. Nice. Exhale, bring the hands down. Right foot meets the left. And whoops, let's bring that right foot back up. Forgot the chair pose. Left foot will meet the right here. Toes come together, heels slightly apart. Bend your knees and come right into chair pose. Yeah, can't forget this one. Hips come down. So notice how we're strengthening those thigh muscles. Working on the hips, tucking the tailbone under. Exhale, right hand down and out behind you. Twist to the right, gaze past the right fingers. Inhale the left arm up, the right hand down. Gaze up. Exhale, left hand down and the right hand up. Gaze up. Exhale, right hand comes down and bring the palms together at heart center, straightening out the legs. Samastitihi. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Slowly going through your Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way to down dog. Nice. Feel those hips moving back. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder. Inhale it back up. Exhale, left foot comes in between the hands. Right foot, 45-degree angle. Heels in a straight line. Left knee is bent. Inhale. Arms come up overhead with your belly button facing forward. Gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you and clasp them. Inhale, shine that chest up. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring the head down and the hands up overhead. Inhale, come all the way back up. Arms overhead for warrior one. Good. Breathe. Exhale, bring your hands down around your left foot. Come on to the ball of the right foot. Push that right heel back. Runner's lunge, gaze forward. Inhale, the left arm comes up. Open up that chest toward the left for dragonfly. Exhale, the left hand comes down and then start rotating 3 times in each direction. And then notice, once you get done, how nice and warm your shoulders feel. Put that left hand down. Bring the right foot forward for a forward fold. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Gazing behind you. Then let's bend the knees, coming into chair pose. Arms come out in front of the eyes. Push those hips down. Exhale, left hand comes down and out behind. Gaze past the left fingers. Inhale, the right arm up, left hand down. Gaze up. Exhale, the left hand down and the right arm up. Gaze up. Exhale, left hand comes down and inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, straighten out the legs, coming into Samastitihi. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Slowly going through our Chaturanga Dandasana, but this time we're going to stop at the bottom of our push-up, come into up dog, and then once we get here, bring the knees apart, the toes together, and come into a child's pose. Bringing your hips back towards your heels, forehead to the mat, and stretch your palms out in front of you. So if that's hard for you to do, you can always bring your arms to the sides. Some people feel uncomfortable in the shoulders and neck, and going one direction or the other. And here, relax, soften. And that's the purpose of the pose, is to relax and soften. And then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way down on our tummy on the mat. Beautiful. And then take your hands and bring them to the very edge of your mat. Maybe bring your body back a little bit. Stretch the hands out in front of you and bring your head up. Your toes are pointed out behind you. So yeah, you're feeling that lower back. Reset once again here for seal pose. Nice. Breathe. And then as you exhale, release. Bring the forehead down. Maybe you take your hands and put them one over the other and put your forehead on top of your hands. And then bring your one heel up and down. Other heel up and down. And now we're going to take the right foot and bring it up. And we're going to take our right hand and reach for that right ankle and hold on. Now, if it's hard for you to reach that ankle, you can always take your strap and bring it around the ankle and pull the strap in. So this really helps to stretch the quad fascia, and engage that quad muscle. Breathe here. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring that right foot down, put the right hand down, put your forehead on it, and bring the left foot up. Bring your hand to the left ankle and pull towards your glutes. So you're pushing the foot out and your hand in. So I call this a hug tug. Again, you're welcome to use the strap on this side also. Breathe. And then as you exhale, release. And now we're going to go into bow pose. So we're going to bend both knees, bring the feet up. Maybe you take your hands to the ankles or to the feet. Your head will come up off the mat, facing forward. And you can do this with a strap also, but this time it would be around both ankles. And once you get there, bring your head up, push the feet back, and the hands toward your head. And you'll notice that you're really engaging this whole backside of your body, including the front core. Yeah, so a lot of engagement here. And breathe. Nice. And then as you exhale, release. Let's come up and find yourself coming into a seated position. So, however you want to get there, yeah, it's good with me, all right? Now, I'd like you to have your block close by. So I'm just going to put mine here, all right? And we're going to go into boat pose. So we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat, and I bring my hands underneath my thighs and bring the back so that the arms are straight here. Yeah, so that kind of gets us in position. We want to start to engage our bandhas, abdominal and pelvic muscles. Now you can stay right here, or you can bring the calves up so that they're parallel with the mat, or you can straighten the legs. And if you'd like, you can even bring your hands out in front of your eyes. Beautiful. Breathe. And then while you're here, I want you to take the block and bring it in your hands out in front of you. And we're going to bring the block over to the right and touch the floor or the mat, back to center, over to the left, back to center. Let's do that 2 more times. Yeah, it does take a little effort. And maybe you do it once and you're, oh, that's a lot. Yeah, and that's okay. And then let's take the knees, bring them into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Just feel what's going on in your body right now. Feel the back. Maybe you just do a little rocking here. And then I want you to go back into your version of boat pose. All right? Good. And then come into a hug. Bring the forehead towards your knees. And then open it up and come back for a hug. And open it up and come back for a hug. And now let's cross the legs, bring the hands to the mat, and come into our tabletop pose. Hands and knees. We're doing a couple of cats and cows just to help you to come back into alignment and ready to do the second flow. All right, so curl the toes under, straighten out the legs, coming into plank pose, going down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale to up dog, point your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, curl your toes under, coming into down dog. Gaze behind you. Nice job. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale it back up again. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, right foot comes in between the hands. Stay on the ball of the left foot as we come into crescent. Arms come up overhead. Gaze up. Push that left heel back. Yeah. So here, your feet are about 6 inches apart, like as if you were on skis. Yeah, I'm talking widthwise. And heels, left heel's pushing back, right knee is bent at about a 90-degree angle. Exhale, that right hand comes down, out behind you. Gaze past the right fingers for this twist. Left hand comes out in front. Inhale the left arm up, right hand behind the hips. Gaze up toward the left fingers for exalted. Yeah. Inhale, the right hand meets the left. Exhale, we're going to go right into warrior two. Left toes face the long end of the mat. Right toes stay facing forward. That right knee at a 90-degree angle, gazing past the right fingers. Bring that left hip back as you open up this pelvic area. Inhale, reverse. Right arm over the right ear. Gaze up toward the right fingers. Exhale, bring the hands out to a T. And we're going to straighten out that right leg. And last week we did a triangle shuffle. And I want to do that again and kind of get that so it makes a little more sense to us, okay? So both toes are facing the front of the mat now. Okay, and then reach that right arm out and down to the knee or floor. And also use a block outside your right foot if you need to. And then inhale the left arm up, gaze up or straight ahead. So here we want the chest open and the shoulders stacked. Good. Exhale, that left hand comes down. Going to shorten the stance a little bit. All toes facing forward. Inhale, come up. Arms come up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, come back down. Block is on the left side of the right foot. Left hand comes to the block and inhale the right arm up for revolve triangle. So it's a triangle shuffle. We're going to do this 3 times. Exhale, that right hand comes down. Inhale, maybe scoot that block over to the right side so you have it in case you need it. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, open up the arms to a T. Toes are still facing forward and the legs are straight. Reach that right arm out and down to the knee, shin, floor, or block. Inhale the left arm up, gaze forward or up. Exhale, left hand comes down to the block. Shorten your stance a little bit. Inhale the right arm up, gaze up. Beautiful. Exhale, that right hand comes down. Switch the block over to the right side. Inhale, come up, arms in a T. And I kind of lengthen my stance when I start over. So I brought that left foot back a little bit. Reach the right arm out and down. Inhale the left arm up. Open the chest. Exhale, left hand comes down. Take the block underneath that left hand. Shorten your stance. Inhale the right arm up. Gaze up. Beautiful. Exhale, that right hand comes down. And then I want you to come all the way back up here. Okay? And we're going to bring the left foot to meet the right and bring the palms together at heart center. So it's nice here if you have a wall or a chair that you can bring your right foot out in front of you on, okay? And I'll show you why, okay? So you can always stop the flow to get closer to a wall, or like I said, if you have a chair that you can lean your foot up on. So take the right foot and bring it up to the wall or the chair and just place your foot there and try to press into the foot. Yeah. Breathe. Now, let's bring both hands to our sides. And we're going to bring the right arm around a couple of times and then go in the opposite direction a couple of times. And then left hand around a couple of times. And then in the opposite direction a couple of times. Good. So it's a balancing pose, but we are using the wall. And then bring the palms together at heart center. Bring the right foot down. Wiggle the legs a little bit. Take your block in your right hand And now we're going to go into half moon. So the black is going to come down to the right and in front of the right foot. All right, and once you're steady, you can bring the left leg and the left arm up. Now, if you're close to a wall and you want to do that against a wall, you can also do that. Yeah. And just lean your whole body up against the wall. It's beautiful. Even your head. Yeah. Push that left heel out. Make sure that chest is open. Yeah, you might hear some little cracks and stuff as you open up your body here. Good job. And then as you exhale, bring the left foot down and bring both feet together at the front of your mat. Coming up for Samastitihi. Take a deep breath, wiggle the legs. Okay. And then inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So you bring your hands down and we're going to go into half splits. So again, left leg comes up, forehead comes toward your right shin. Forgetting my body parts here. And that left heel comes up a little higher. Good job. Breathe. And just notice how your body feels here. When you're ready, bring that left foot to the back of the mat. We're going to walk our hands to the long end of the mat. Point the toes outward. Bring the head down and push the hips up. And then slowly and carefully come all the way up to star pose. Arms fitting in the star points. Toes fitting in the star points too. Yeah. And then as you exhale, you can bend the knees and we're going to go around the world. Yeah, we're doing a lot of around stuff today. Should have made that my theme. But you can do that if you'd like. So going around in one direction, bending the knees, pivoting the feet as needed. Good job. And then once you're done, coming back into star pose, facing the back of the mat for Samastitihi. Beautiful. So now I'm facing the other direction. So I have a chair here, you may have noticed. And so on this side, I will use a chair when I get to that part of the flow. So inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. You're in plank pose, engage those bandhas, and then come all the way down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, coming into down dog. Beautiful. Push those hips back and up. Engage your bandhas. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, left foot comes in between the hands. Your right foot, you're on the ball of that foot. Inhale, come up into crescent pose. Arms come up overhead. You can gaze up or forward. Push that right heel back. Nice. Breathe. As you exhale, left hand comes down and out behind you. Right hand comes forward. Gaze past the left fingers. Inhale for exalted. The right arm up. Left hand behind the hips. Gaze up. Inhale, left hand meets the right. Exhale, we're going to come right into warrior two. So right toes face the long end of the mat. Left knee is bent, arms in a T. Gaze past your left fingers as you bring that right hip back, opening up the pelvic area. Soften the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm over the left ear, right hand down your thigh. Gaze up. Exhale, bring the arms out to a T. Straighten out that left leg as we move into triangle. Reach the left arm out and down to the knee, shin, floor, or block outside your left foot. Inhale the right arm up. Yeah. Open up the chest. So sometimes it's good not to bring that left hand down too far because we want to make sure that your chest is open and your shoulders are stacked. And a lot of times if you bring that left hand down, you tend to curl over forward. Inhale, come back up, arms in a T, face the back of your mat, shorten your stance. Inhale the arms up overhead, exhale, forward fold. Bring your block to the right side of your left foot, hand goes on that. Inhale the left arm up for revolve triangle. Nice. Breathe. Exhale, that left hand comes down and put the block over on the other side and come back into triangle pose, arms in a T. Reach that left arm out and down. Inhale the right arm up, gaze up. Inhale, come back up, face the back of the mat, arms come up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down. Block goes on the right side. Inhale the left arm up. Yeah, all toes are facing toward the back. Exhale, that left hand comes down. Inhale, come up, arms in a T. One more time. Reach that left arm out and down. Inhale the right arm up. Gaze up. Inhale, come back up, arms in a T, face the back of the mat, bring the arms up overhead, making sure both toes facing toward the back of your mat. Exhale, forward fold, block underneath the right hand, inhale the left arm up, keeping those legs straight. Beautiful. Exhale, that left hand comes down, and inhale, come back into arms in a T. Very good. And then we're going to take the block in our left hand. Oh, actually, let's do the other one first. Let's bring that right foot to meet the left and come to Samastitihi. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, exhale. Pressing the right foot down. Inhale that left foot up and either against a wall or up against a chair. Whatever works for you. And when you feel steady, you're going to bring your hands to your sides. Right arm goes around a couple times in one direction and then the other. Yeah, I'm thinking this takes a lot of concentration, and then let's do the other arm also. And then I'm remembering the juggler that I saw last week. who was riding a bike and juggling all over the place. And I think, oh, I can do this. Bring your palms together at heart center. When you are done, bring the left foot down, wiggle your legs. And now grab the block with your left hand, facing the long side of the mat. You might want to have your back against a wall. And then we're going to bring that block up and then down to the floor. It's to the front and left of your left foot. And then inhale, the right leg comes up, open the chest. You can gaze forward here. Yeah. Beautiful. You must be so proud of yourself. I know I was proud of myself the first few times I did this, along with hearing all the cracking in my body. Yeah. And then as you exhale, let's bring the right foot to meet the left. And then you can let go of your block. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze behind you. Take a nice deep breath. And the right leg is going to come up. For standing splits, bring the forehead toward your shin. Breathe. Just notice what's going on. Now bring that right foot to the front of your mat. Walk your hands to the long end of the mat. Bring your head down, hands behind you. You can point the toes outward here. And then slowly come up into star pose. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. And then we're going to rotate in the opposite direction from before. So I'm going toward the left for around the world, bending the knees, pivoting the feet as needed. And this is just, I used to call this pose wake up pose because it will wake you up in the morning if you want a pose to wake you up. And then come back into star pose. Bring your palms together at heart center facing the front of your mat. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your feet back. And come down to the bottom of your push-up. Coming into up dog. And then knees apart, toes together, coming in to child's pose. Hips go down towards your heels. Arms come out in front of you, forehead down to the mat. You can always bring the hands out to your sides. And breathe. Nice. And when you're ready, just bring yourself up and come into a lying position on your mat. So I'm going to stretch out here, pointing the toes in one direction and the fingertips in the other direction. For a nice two-way stretch. And then let's bring your hands to your sides. Bring your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a hug, and perhaps you might want to rock from side to side or not. Yeah. Bring the feet down. Knees stay bent and coming in to bridge pose. You bring the hips up, clasp your hands underneath your hips, press your elbows and triceps down. As you exhale, bring the hips down. Inhale, the feet come up toward the ceiling. Push the heels up. So you can stay here in candlestick pose, or you can go into shoulder stand if you'd like, in which case you bring your hips off the mat and the feet past your head and then straight up toward the ceiling. Either way, you're getting those lymph nodes pumping, which also helps to get your immune system working throughout your body. Breathing wherever you are. And then when you're ready, if you are in candlestick like I am, you can bend your knees coming into happy baby. Arms come inside your knees and to the outer edges of your feet. Push the feet out, the hands in, and rock from side to side. If you are in shoulder stand, you can bring those feet out behind your head. And then bend the knees and bring your knees to either side of your ears, for ear pressure pose. And from here, everyone can bring the feet down. Can keep the knees bent here. Let's bring the arms out to the sides. Take a nice deep breath. And then let's bring the knees over to the right as you gaze to the left. Letting go the breath, the bandhas. And then let's bring the knees up. Bring the hips a little bit over to the right. Knees come up to your chest and over to the left as you gaze to the right. As you inhale, let's come back to center and bring the feet out. Let them flop. Hands come to your sides, palms facing up for Shavasana. Letting it go here, letting everything go. Just noticing your body, how you feel. Hopefully you are reaping the benefits of all these beautiful poses that you did today. Now you can stay here in Shavasana. Hopefully have some beautiful music playing. And if not, always feel free to just put your music on in the background as you're doing the flow. Whatever music you think will go with it. Some people like fast music, some people like it really slow. Some people like singing, some people like it quiet, instrumental. Let's bring your knees up to your chest, give yourself another hug, and then come over to your favorite side. Renewing your mind, your body, and your spirit. Eventually coming up into a seated position, crossing your legs in front of you. Bringing the hands up overhead, sealing your practice, and then bringing the palms together at heart center. May the God-given light and love in me reach out to that same light and love in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.